Hey everybody, welcome to Solo South. Hope you like the new intro. Been working really hard to make sure that this is all the highest quality production possible because I want to help you do what you want to do and not make the same mistakes I did. That's the point of this channel and that's why we're here. So we got brand new lighting, brand new sound, all kinds of stuff. I'm really excited about the direction the channel's going and to really see some organic growth and be able to tell these stories. And today I'd like to immediately jump. Well, actually, first of all, let me talk about the music. So on this channel, I write all the music and I will be releasing all the music that you hear on this channel for free for other creators. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that right now, but if you like the music, do me a favor and go to the comments section and let me know. I'm actually in the position right now where I have some free time and the channel's not that big yet where I'm answering every single question I get in the comments. So if you do have any questions for me, please leave them. I love interacting with you guys. That's the only reason I do this. So let's jump right in. What is that thing in the thumbnail and why did I buy it? And am I quitting motorcycling? Am I done? Well, what's going on with all this? Because this, I'm probably to you, many of you, this seems counterintuitive to what this channel is all about. First of all, I'm not quitting motorcycling, obviously. And that thing in the image is a paramotor. So that's basically a two-stroke dirt bike engine reconfigured to run a giant fan that pushes you through the air underneath a paragliding wing or a modified paragliding wing. And rather than try to go into and explain what paramotoring is and why it's important, you can look up those videos. Those videos exist. I'm not going to try and explain that whole thing right now. But what I would like to explain is the correlation between adventure motorcycling and paramotoring and why I kind of see this stuff as all connected to the lifestyle that I've built for myself with my constant traveling and moving around. And why I think that it's something that people should be paying attention to and why the overlap is. I wanted to fly ever since I was a kid. I always thought that flying was sort of unattainable. It was expensive. It took, hundreds of hours of training and lessons and aircraft, all those kinds of things. And I think I kind of gave up on that whole idea a really long time ago. But I've been flying a drone now for 5 years, and I've always sort of felt every time I flew that this thing is up there and it's having all the fun, and I'm just down here, right? I'm looking at this controller, I'm looking at this screen, and it's amazing. It really, honestly, it's a marvel. It's a feat of engineering that is, I think, that doesn't get enough credit. How amazing this transmission is that you can see a 1080p preview of this thing that's flying kilometers away from you. And this whole time that this has all been going on, I kept thinking to myself, how come it gets to have all the fun? I want to fly. I want to do this. I wanted to fly when I was a kid. I want to fly now. And, this pandemic that's been going on that I don't want to mention because YouTube doesn't like people to talk about it for some reason. It had me depressed. It had me anxious. It had me sitting around trying to figure out what to do. This whole thing has really ruined a lot of my plans. I was thinking about doing the Trans-America Trail across the United States, 100% off-road, with the guy who was going to drive my bike back up from Argentina. And, that my bike is now sitting in the middle of the Atacama Desert, probably for at least another year. I think that the borders in Central and South America are going to be very complicated and not an enjoyable travel experience for the immediate future. And all that stuff was really starting to get to me. Travel is my life, and I couldn't imagine building the bike that I'm building next and creating that setup and investing in what I want to do next, whether it's riding in Africa, whether it's doing the Trans-America Trail across the United States, whether it's riding 100% off-road all the way across Europe. There are so many things that I want to do, and most of them seem, for the immediate future, that they're not going to be super attainable because of this pandemic. I know that right now it kind of seems like we're coming out of that, but keep in mind that is subject to change, and I don't think we're quite aware of everything that's happening. So, and remember that I made all these choices 3 months ago. So I'm sitting around and I'm depressed and I'm anxious and I'm trying to figure out what to do. And then I find out about paramotoring. Now, the first thing I thought when I saw a paramotor is, well, there's no way that's legal, right? Or at least that there must be a catch. There's got to be something. Why aren't people doing this? There has to be something about it that is unattainable or an issue. And there are a few things. One is cost. They're not cheap. It is not an inexpensive hobby. But there's also a big learning curve. There's training that you need to pay for. You have to do these things right. You can't really just, I mean, people do it, but you can't really just pick this stuff up and start flying around. That's a really, really bad idea for a whole bunch of reasons. You're in the air. But this thing that dawned on me, the fact that you could just jump into the air and fly with no real regulations, no licensing, no certification, on a bunch of equipment that, all things considered, really doesn't cost much more than a used car. I mean, it fits in the back of a car. It fits in the back of a van. This, to me, was a groundbreaking realization. A lot like when I realized that you could fly a drone and capture 4K video extremely smoothly and look at it on your phone, like while you're doing it. You know, these sorts of things were life-changing realizations, and I think paramotoring is the next life-changing realization. So right now we're going to jump into what this was a few days ago now, but what I consider probably to be one of the most exciting and enjoyable days of my life. 3 months of work, 3 months of studying and trying to figure out if this was something I was really going to get into. And going and picking up that gear and then telling my parents, and it was a very big day for me, and it was an incredible day. So let's jump into that, and then at the end maybe I'll touch on kind of why I think. Well, maybe I'll just talk about it now. So there seems to be a lot of overlap between paramotoring and motorcycling. I'm not sure if it's the engine part or if it's the one person and one vehicle part, whether it's the fact that a lot of us motorcyclists seem to have a problem with risk analysis, or maybe some sort of beta hormone issue where we're not afraid of things that should probably scare us. Motorcycling is, by the numbers, one of the most dangerous things that you can do. It's up there with other extreme sports. It's up there with mountain biking. It's not a safe activity, but it's as safe as you make it. I would say paramotoring is the same. There's a lot of independence, and I think the philosophy of it is very similar. But anyway, let's jump into the footage and my new stuff, and I can't wait to show it to you. I'm really excited, and I think that it'll be really fun to tell some of these stories that I'm going to be telling from the air too. So I hope that this can sort of introduce a lot of motorcycle people to paramotoring and a lot of paramotoring people to adventure motorcycling. I think that there's a lot to go around there, and I am so excited to share all that with you. So without further ado, let's jump into the footage of one of the coolest days of my life, picking up all this stuff, and then I'll see you guys next time. And sorry, really quick, I just wanted to mention one more thing. So yeah, the point was that I am taking a slight break from adventure motorcycling. It just made sense because of all the stuff that's going on to sort of put that stuff on hold. So I basically spent the money that I was going to use to build the new bike setup and spent it on this instead. That was a tough decision to come to, but I really feel like it's the right choice to make. I will be focusing more on learning to fly and becoming better at that skill and discipline over the next, probably 8 to 12 months. And then when things calm down and travel becomes a little easier, hopefully, then we'll get back into that. But don't worry, I'm still going to be telling all the story of, I have 5 terabytes of footage to edit, and that stuff is my absolute #1 priority this year. So you will start to see those videos, you will start to see that footage, and you will start to hear those stories. So without further ado, here we go. It's time. It's finally time. I can't believe this is happening. It's like you talk yourself in and out of something so many times. Eventually, when you settle on it, it doesn't seem real. And this does not feel real. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Because I paid for everything over 3 weeks ago. So that was the point when it felt real, when I hit that button and sent all that money. And so this part is just like picking up the merchandise, and I've been so connected to the process the whole time because Mom has been sending me photos of the paramotor being built at the Kangook factory in Canada. So I saw it when it was raw aluminum. I saw the first welds. I saw the cool custom brackets that they made. I saw the custom deluxe arms that they put on there for me. I've been, really connected to the whole process of and watching it and being able to send those photos to my friends has just been like so fun. I mean, I can't think of something that's that expensive that has like such a high value. I mean, it's just been so cool. Anyway, yeah, I can't believe it. Here we go. I just saw a sign on the side of the road that said, "Putting a cow in the elevator really raises the stakes." What's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, man. What'd you do to your thumb?
Oh, I cut it off, man, a long time ago.
Yeah? What were you doing?
Well, my beginning days, I was helping a buddy of mine fix a paramotor.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was a prop?
It was a prop.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
You like it?
Oh, my God. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Look at it. Oh, dude, it looks so great.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. And then Polini throttle is there. I think we should probably put some fuel in it. I'll give you a funnel.
Okay.
Because all those are hard to reach, and these are really cheap funnels. They're like $1. That way. Yeah, I got some fuel. I think there should be plenty.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't unlock everything because you just don't.
Yeah, watch it. What?
I am here, and this is where my hand should be.
Uh-huh.
And if
Wow.
do you have a stopwatch?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Hit it.
Okay.
First time.
All right. So here. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a small harness for me. I'm kind of fatty. So you're gonna. Yep. Okay.
All right.
I think you kind of stepped on the back, but that's fine. Just scroll forward. There you go. Can you get up?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Whoa.
So that's plenty of power for your weight.
Oh, yeah.
Always bend your legs. Yeah.
I gotta say, I have a grin on my face that I can't get off, folks. Pretty excited to take this baby home. It's right there. You know, I basically have an airplane in my van right now. Oh, this is gonna be a problem. Okay. Here comes the surprise.
Here's Uncle Ben.
Hey guys. Okay.
What is this bag you have?
Well, it's a very expensive backpack. This is a $3,000 backpack, and that's not the expensive part.
Oh, that's not the expensive part. He's got the key.
Oh! Is that his new drone?
No.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Is that a water thingy?
What is that?
No, that's a gas tank. Yeah.
No,
Are you Rocket Man?
Sorry, I haven't really learned how to set this thing up.
Paraglider.
Okay, there we go. That was a lot easier than the first time I picked it up. Well, it's bedtime, and I don't know if you can hear, but my parents are binge watching Tucker Got YouTube videos, so I feel like I did a pretty good job today. In the morning, we'll pull the wing out for the first time, and we'll get that paramotor lit up, and we'll get some incredible shots. I really want to help support Boise Paramotors, who's moved heaven and earth to make all this happen for me in a really cost-effective way, which I really appreciate, and Kangook, because they have been absolutely phenomenal. So, all right, nighty night.